はい、皆さんおはこんばんちゃすのとでございます。ということで、シャーロックホームズ罪と罰続きやっていきましょう。前回ですね、この犬視点の、この犬様視点の操作を行いまして、まず分かったことが、銀食器を取った後に、この小屋に来たと。
This hook might be useful.
ほうほう。
This old suitcase sounds hollow. It must be empty.
から、
Small gardening tools, nothing of great interest.
なるほど。他は
Bags of seed. Some empty bags were recently moved.
ほうほうほう。まあでも特になんか怪しいのはない気が。さあ次、じゃあこの井戸なんか落ちてない？
There's something glittering at the bottom there, but how can I reach it?
取り外して、なるほど。でどうすんのこれ。これでどうすんの？あ、はあ、怪しくなってきました。これ銀食器じゃない？
Silverware. This is hardly a coincidence.
どう考えてもおかしいね。
The Brackenstall coat of arms. It appears that we have found the stolen silverware.
いやー、やはりこれは奥さんとあのメイドさんがやはり黒幕で仕掛けたことなんじゃないかなと。なんだろう、これか？違うな。これとなんだ、これか？いや、こっちでしょ。はははは。そうなると、まあまだか。俺はそれな気がするぜ。さあこのことにあと壁か。だって捨てにここに一旦ね置く理由ないもんな。あとここか。
The intruder's trail is lost behind this wall.
特に今はなんかって感じか。とりあえず奥さんに報告しないとな。見つかったぜと。あの毛間ってなんだ。怪我も奥さんね、目怪我してるんですけど、自分たちに疑いがかからないようにわざと怪我したって可能性もあるよな。
We found your silverware, Lady Brackenstall. It had not been taken very far.
Is that true? I am very thankful to you, Mr. Holmes.
Your ladyship?
Oh, what a
もう
horrible thing to have happened.
バレるのも時間の問題だぜ。
Found your mistress's silverware.
Oh, that's good news. You really are as clever as they say.
Indeed.
そんな系？あとなんだ？お、なんか
Antique hunting weapons. An empty silverware box.
あと何をすればいいんだ？
This is the chair that Lady Brackenstall was tied to.
あ、調査する完了。一回戻った方がいいのか。 お、レストレード警部に。
Inspector, I have recovered the stolen silverware.
You are a wizard, Mr. Holmes. And where is it?
In the garden well.
Excuse me?
Unique, isn't it?
Rather absurd. What is the point of stealing silverware and then throwing it?
ただ投げ捨ててるわけじゃないから
Perhaps it
な。
was used as a temporary hiding place, or simply the thieves wanted to get rid of it. It is up to us to solve this mystery.
Holmes, don't look at me like that. I don't know what to think about all this.
なるほど。お、なんかお話は聞けないか。となると一回戻るか、ベーカー町に。何かできるかも。こういう時って大体ベーカー町にね戻るっていうあるので、まあトビーもね一回連れて帰りたいので。
Have you found something interesting?
Brave.
さあ分析しましょうか。
Let us see how the rope was cut. The fibers at the end of the rope are smoothly cut.
滑らかで綺麗。
Let us try to find out what tool was used to cut the rope. The fibers from this cut appear to be
違う。買った？
The fibers from this cut
違
appear to
う
be。different.
あとナイフ？
If I cut the rope with a knife, it
ああ、
matches
ナイ
the
フで
original.
じゃあこれ切ったってことか。鋭利なナイフとこれか。はいはいはい。まあ今のところはまだ。お、もう一個あるな。これとこれ？いやいやいやいや、これでしょ。もう一個ある？なんだこれ？事故にするの？いや、これがやっぱ強盗に強盗が動機にしてったらどうなの？何もう、いやー、違うと思うんだよな。これなの？絶対違うと思うんだけど、絶対こうだと思うんだよな。こうすると待って待って。
My archive. My archive. I can always consult with it if
No.
needed.
ローマのあれですね、ローマ浴場のニュースか。
This is where I keep my.
待って、
I can
嘘。
always consult with it if needed.
でもさ、それしかできないってことだもんね。いや、明らかにおかしいって。これしかできないの？これ何これ？相変わらず、なんであの女性のやつを見てんだろう。ちょっと待って、分析結果を持って奥さんとこ行ってみるか。 さすがにね、さすがにおかしいって。ランドリー家だっけは絡んでないと思うんだよな。
Oh, what a horrible thing to have.
Please.
待って、マジか。絶対この二人だと思うんだよな。なんか他にできないか。いやでもな、手がかりもそうなっちゃってる。これ絶対違うと思うんだけど。
This door.
これどうやったらさ変えれるんだろう。いやー、これじゃないと思うんだよな。これじゃない。こうだと思うんだよな。待てよ、強盗に見せかけた。これ事故だったのか、もしかして。で船員と知り合い、ロンドンに知人がいないにしたら、いやー、これじゃないと思うんだよな。これどうやって変えれるかな。変えれねえんだよな。こうだと思うんだよな。じゃあこうか。これこうしたらどうなる。変わった。はあはあ。でこの船員、お、なんか繋がったぞ。来た。よしよし、見つけたぞ。でどうすんの。資料館です。資料館はどうやって行くの。あ、そういうことか。ベーカー街のあれか、ホームズさんが持ってる資料の中から探せってことか。この中から探せってことね。新聞調査資料か。いや違うな、新聞か。百科事典、百科事典なんてあんのか。どれだ。いや新聞か。だから1893年のこれか。 ジブラルタル6号、アデレードからサウサンプトン行って、ロンドン航路のバラ、なんて読むんだこれ、石化かな、積み貨物かな、線かな、ロンドンジェームズ通りキューナビードルがインドに、はいはいはいはい、6ヶ月ぶり戻ってきた。はいはいはいはい。なんか書いてあんの？ユータスブランキング、はいはいはいはい。
Here it is.
はいはい。この新聞見
The
て、
shipping company, the Adelaide Southampton London line, and its address. Interesting. It must be the place where they keep the records, including the one for the crew of the Rock of Gibraltar.
I think that if you pretend you're from Scotland Yard, they'll give it to you without any problems.
But I have another solution. I'll call in the specialist.
ほう、専門家？次どうすんの？容疑者を探し出す。え？
My announce.
容疑者を探し出すって言われてもな。
A map of London and the surrounding.
一回何？アビー屋敷に行きゃいいのか？
Oh, what a...
Please.
なんか違うな。考えられる繊維の、
Holmes, don't.
どうすればいいの？じゃあな、どうすればいいんだい？ベーカー街でなんかまだできんのか？専門家ってどうやって呼び出すのだって。どうやって呼び出す？
Watson, I need Wiggins. Is he anywhere
ウ
nearby?
ィギンズ。
He's right across the street. You can give him a sign.
窓から合図を送ってみればいい。
Wiggins, could you come upstairs, please?
来た！ウィギンズ、ベイカーストリートイレギュラーズね。
At your service, Mr. Holmes.
I need a register, my young friend. If you could borrow it, there will be half a guinea for every one of you. I need the crew list of the Rock of Gibraltar in 1893 and their current employment.
I'm straight on it, Mr. Holmes.
Do you really think they'll find it, Holmes?
My secret police is better than the Yard in many ways.
嘘でしょ？仕事早くない？
Here it is, Mr. Holmes. But we can't take it back. It's too risky.
Put it on the table. I'll take care of it. Good work, young Wiggins.
すげえな。3時間で持ってきたの。どこ？机の上置いたの？ウィギンズ。
I left it right on.
これか。
This list shows the senior officers of the Rock of Gibraltar, on which Lady Brackenstall and her maid made their voyage. Lady Brackenstall does not know anyone in England. This must mean that someone on this list is our mysterious visitor. And these are the lists of the senior officers of the Adelaide, Southampton, London Line ships. Let us find out who was in London upon November the 7th.
ここに書いてある名前の人とこっちで探せってことでいいのかい？まずはお、
This officer is still at sea, therefore he cannot be involved.
なるほど。なるほど。これ2枚目かな、じゃあ。 ちゃうか。チャールズ・クランシじゃないか。あ、ウィッ、あ、違うな。あ、これか。
This officer was on a ship that sailed half a month ago. He wasn't in London at the time of the crime.
なるほど。次。なかなか難しいな。あ、
Mr. Jack Crocker was in London upon the date of the crime, and he is due to depart in 2 days.
なんかびっくりマークついた。他はあ、トーマス・ウォーカー氏あった。
This officer is still at sea, therefore he cannot be involved.
あとハーバード、
This officer is still at sea, therefore he cannot be involved.
あとヘンリー・サウスワード氏とチャールズなんとかチルシー、 W チルシー。ヘンリーとチャールズね。あ、あった。
This officer is still at sea, therefore he cannot be involved.
あとチャールズ W チルシー。チャールズ、お、
This
船長か。
officer was on a ship that sailed half a month ago. He wasn't in
っ
London
てことは
at
ジ
the
ャ
time of the
ック・
crime.
クロッカー氏が
Captain Jack Crocker is our mysterious visitor. He was the only one around at the time of the murder.
OK。
This Crocker, do you think...
It would be interesting to meet him. Our young friend should be able to find him.
頼むぜウィキンズ。
Wiggins, could you find a way to bring this Captain Crocker here to us?
Here? Holmes, that could be dangerous.
No problem, Mr. Holmes.
しばらくしててどんぐらいなんだろうね。3時間であれ持ってくるから
Sir
な。
Holmes, I was informed that you were looking for me, and I'd like to know why.
Yes, it is important that we talk. You will soon understand why. You are acquainted with Lady Mary Brackenstall, are you not?
Yes, I think I do remember her from when I was first officer, but I still don't see.
It seems your relationship went beyond that of mere passenger and first officer.
How dare you?
Indeed, how reckless a feeling is love, particularly if one is prepared to commit a murder in its name.
Explain yourself this instant.
You are aware that the murder made the headlines of the morning press. You read the newspaper report, but to your dismay, found it much fabricated. Once you learned that I wanted to see you, you came straight away. You needed to know what I had found.
You... and what do you know?
That evening, you were with Lady Brackenstall, despite the danger.
I'm not afraid, Mr. Holmes. Besides, all of this is just guesswork.
You would be right if there was no evidence.
What then?
こああ、なるほど。証拠ね、ないよ。でも証拠なんてまだ。誠実。お、新聞紙のインク。新聞を読んでたってことかいさっき。綺麗なブーツ。あと一個なんか、あ、ナイフ。
Lady Brackenstall was tied to a chair on the night of the murder. And it was you who tied her up.
You call that evidence?
これか
Yes, as she was tied with a sailor's knot. Your handiwork.
So, it's a sailor who's done it. That proves nothing, Mr. Holmes. I'm not the only sailor in London right
まあ
now.
そうだよな。
Your theory is flawed anyway. On the night of the murder, I was aboard the Sharp. I was supervising the repair of a porthole.
At night.
It was an emergency. There was a leak. You can ask the ship's carpenter. He can confirm.
I'm sure that he can.
Perfect. In that case, we have nothing more to talk about. Good evening, gentlemen.
証拠がないからな。
Holmes, what should we do now? Would you like to check his alibi?
No. There is no doubt that these men will testify in his favor, and there will be no way to check.
So, what then?
So, we must work with what we have. We have all the puzzle pieces.
Now I understand why you dissected the bell rope.
はあ、なんか面白くなってきたね。クロッカーの関わり。うん。これだよな。おっと船長が殺人。まあ、多分そうなんだろうけど、まだちょっと、調べたいよね。まだ調べられんでしょ。あ、これで終わりかな。これで終わりかい。なんか調べられんじゃないの。何これで終わりなの。
What should we do?
嘘でしょ。マジか。じゃあ待って。ちょっと待って。そうなんだよね。今回だからその夫のブラックケンストールさんだっけ。結局守ったことにはなるんだよな。しょうがない。放免しよっか。はい。放免します。今回。まあ、なんだろう。
Wiggins, could you ask Mr. Crocker to come here again, please?
Right away.
いや、めちゃくちゃ気になってんじゃん。今回に関してはちょっと放免す
Why did you
る
make me come here again, Mr. Holmes?
It is over. I know that it was you who killed Sir Eustace Brackenstall.
What?
I know, because of the height at which the rope was cut. The knife used was a sea knife. The knots were sailor's knots, and not least the sheer force that was put behind the killing blow. And because you are the only one who knows Lady Mary Brackenstall in London. And
まあ守ったって意味で
It's true.
it is time for you to tell us the whole truth.
I admit that I loved Mary madly from the first day that I met her. But I never did come to visit her, for I believed that she was in a happy household. When I talked to her maid, who told me everything, I was insane with rage. I was due to set sail for 6 months away. I wanted only to see her again. But it turned into a damnable nightmare when he barged in. He dared raise his hand to her. He was not even worthy of licking her boots. Oh, I regret nothing. I admit I killed the monster out of love for her. She will forgive me if she is able.
Lady Brackenstall already forgave you. She said nothing.
Mary.
But that makes her an accomplice as well as her maid. It places her in danger yet again.
Mr. Holmes.
You would not have managed to protect her.
Till I die, do you hear me? Here is a letter that sets everything clear. And it is the one that should be disclosed to the police. I am the only culprit. Mary had nothing to do with it. Now it is time to end this.
なんでちょっと待って
Watson,
なんだ
It's over, Holmes. We can do nothing for
待って
him.
待って待って待って
Here is a case that didn't end as I had expected. It is entirely my fault. I know that you have already drafted a summary of the case.
罰を
My
したら
permission
遅か
for
っ
its
た
publication, if you wish.
わあも
I'll think about it, Holmes.
うまたなんか2人目かな
Holmes, whatever is going on here?
That is Sir Eustace's killer. He has performed his own brand of
うわーやり直して
My God. But why did you not call me?
I apologize. Here is his letter of confession.
So much drama.
You have no idea.
やり直していやー決断を受け入れるしかないもんね。いやー一応×ボタン遅かった×ボタンじゃなかったかな押したの。いや×ボタン押したよな。違うボタンだったのかな。まあこれがね面白い醍醐味なところだと思います、このゲームの。
Holmes, for heaven's sake, whatever's going on?
Oh, hello, Watson. You're early. Did you kill all of your patients?
What? Holmes, where have all these wretched bees come from?
I increased the temperature of the room so as to prevent them from hibernating. I needed to take a sample of honey.
ホームズさんって
But it worked.
本当に
We will have honey all year round.
何考えてるか分かんない人だな。
Ridiculous.
嫌だよ俺。
They're domestic bees, Apis mellifera. Such industrious
家の
workers.
中がそんなミツバチだらけって。
Anyway, Watson, I am sorry, but I must leave you. I'm in rather a hurry.
You have a new case?
Yes, but nothing as thrilling as this experiment. A theft of plants at the Royal Botanic Gardens in Kew. I'm helping a minister who's an old friend of mine. You can join me if you like.
Well, I'll admit that I'd far rather accompany you than remain alone here with these workers of yours. Besides, you'll need a helping hand with the flowers you're intending to bring back.
Watson, however did you guess?
For the great Sherlock Holmes to bother with the theft of plants. Come on, admit that you're planning to spoil your little bees with some rare pollens.
Since when did I become so transparent? Let us go.
これさトビー大丈夫なのか。はいってことでね今回ここまでにしておきましょうかね。いや嘘でしょ。どこにあんのミツバチのその蜜は。やばー。これのこともしかして頭おかしいほんと天才とザバカは紙一重みたいなこと言うけど本当にそうだな。はいってことで次回もよろしくお願いします。ほんじゃまたね。